Houston, we've had a problem.
Just think wonderful thoughts.
I announce the release of Nelson Mandela from prison.
What a night for Cal Ripken Jr.
If you come after America, we're going to come after you.
Families devastated by Katrina.
A lot has changed in the world in the 25 years since we formed KEPPLER Speakers, but one thing that hasn't changed is our commitment to providing the right speaker for each event. To the audience, this looks like the beginning of the event. The truth is, it's the culmination of a long process that involves a lot of expertise and dedication.
Thank you, guys.
I suspect we've probably booked well in excess of 20,000 different programs, and there's very few curveballs that come our way that we haven't had an opportunity to experience at one point or another. Just the ability to be able to put that experience to use for the customers has really helped lead us to the forefront of the industry.
When I'm working with a client, I'm part of their company, I'm part of their association. I've got a vested interest in the success of the event. The key to any good consultant is candor, honesty, transparency, and that's a core value at KEPPLER.
When I'm on site with a speaker, I know the speaker's going to give a great speech, they're going to get a standing ovation, thunderous applause, and there's really nothing better than being on site after that happens.
Because KEPPLER knows their speakers and they understand what our goal is and what our audience is, they make us look very, very good, and I appreciate that.
When I first retired, a couple of speakers bureaus came to me and said, you know, we'd like to represent you. You have a story to tell. And I kind of jokingly said, you know, oh yeah, really, what is it? And Jim KEPPLER in particular actually came forward and said, you know, we'll help you deliver that message. We'll give you some training. We'll present you in a more personalized way. And certainly he's lived up to every bit of that.
Hi, Bobby.
It's very exciting to be on site when that speaker comes in. We all recognize one thing. That meeting is once a year. It's a special event, and we don't take that for granted.
3:30 to 5, and your speech goes from 4:05 to 4:50.
We know that the people that planned it, that rely on us, know we've given them everything we have.
We're there 24/7, from the first phone call to the last standing ovation.
My job is to take care of everything so you don't have to worry, so you look good in front of your clients.
We've been using KEPPLER for 20-some years now, and there's never been a time when we don't get great ideas from KEPPLER, when we don't have great service, when they don't make our jobs easier.
What's different about KEPPLER is they're totally passionate about far exceeding the expectation of the client. From a meeting planner's perspective, that's the holy grail. If we have made a hero out of that meeting planner, then I know my job has been done, then I know KEPPLER's done their job. If 98% of your customers come back and wish to buy from you again, wish to work with you again, that should tell people something.
I first got into this business as a lecture programmer at the university level. And the thing that fascinated me the most was being able to take these people who had accomplished great things and bring them in person to my community. And the fact that these ordinary people could accomplish great things was what was most inspiring.
We're looking for great storytellers. At the end of it, people don't remember statistics. They remember, did the speaker take them on a journey so that at the end they say, wow, that was one of the best speakers I've ever heard.
Ignition flight. That was good. Okay, we go with one, Capcom.
We all have crises.
Houston, we've had a problem. 0 N2 pressure and fuel cell.
Serious power supply malfunction.
And I enjoy bringing the story about Apollo 13 for many audiences. KEPPLER Speakers has made that so smooth and so easy for me to accomplish my mission that this has been a great relationship. I kind of think that maybe the KEPPLER Speakers is my new mission control for the last 10, 12 years.
One of the things we looked at to set ourselves apart was to identify those who are real people with real stories.
Real people, to me, means people of incredible achievement who've overcome obstacles and have a compelling story to share with an audience.
You have to put priorities on life. September 12th, 13th, you knew what was important. Your family, your friends,
I think we at KEPPLER do a great job of inspiring simply because the agents themselves are pretty inspired and passionate about the people we represent.
The very first pictures we see come from right here, where people are now diving behind these pillars to stay safe.
I try to find stories about people, whether they're famous people or regular people, who somehow shine and somehow connect with you. To be inspired by someone is a remarkable thing because you take it with you and then you spread it to everyone else. I think KEPPLER tries to connect people to speakers who will reach in and touch their hearts.
One of the greatest thrills I've ever gotten was standing in the back of the auditorium when one of our speakers told about being stranded on Mount Everest, left there for dead, and the only inspiration that got him to come back down the mountain in one piece was the thought of seeing his family again. There wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Thank you for being such a kind audience.
But what gave me chills was having the audience file out and get on their cell phones, and I hear grown men and women just calling, saying, "Honey, I just wanted to call and tell you I love you." Moments like that really change lives, and that's what makes this business all worthwhile.